for nothing. We all na mortal man and we get for life. So let we left Congo Sahel life, and for bad that we come. If we sabi wasan, we go eat na big man dey man. For catch big man and I can done. No today, all thing done. Na the tomorrow way you go get after. Now where you big man and you get. So let we left Congo Sahel life, and for bad that we come in them.
As I woke up this morning, I asked myself, what are the valuable lessons that I can learn from what's going on in the world today? We have a deadly virus putting everything on pause and dispersing throughout the globe like a wildfire. Sources say it came from China. Some say it was created in the lab. Some say it's about the New World Order, while others ponder about the 5G propaganda. Meanwhile, quarantine, lockdown, social distancing, no jobs and no schools, anxiety on elevation while solitude is on new adaptation. Misinformation and confusion leaves a thin line between facts and misconception. Now I'm no expert, so I'm not here to tell you about what's right or what's wrong. I'm just here to tell you to hold on, stay in and stay safe. Like MJ, put on your mask and your gloves and let's beat it. Soon we shall overcome and celebrate better days ahead. I just want to take this time to say RIP to those that we've lost during this battle, and speedy recovery to those on ventilators. Now for the sake of remedy, please allow me to paint you a brighter picture. Please let me share with you the positive side of the agony that we have been enduring. Ever since the world shut down, we've had less pollution and nature has been flourishing. Ever since Corona started, many nations at war have ceased fire. Now imagine the peace it brought to the heart of children in war zones all across the world. Yemen, South Sudan, Syria, Ukraine, Cameroon, and many other places. Now due to a virus that doesn't discriminate, we are slowly realizing that there's only one race, and that's the human race. We've come together to fight. We've expressed solidarity. We've expressed humanity. We've cried. We've laughed while doing fun challenges. The true heroes are doctors and nurses. We've noticed our differences, black or white, Buddhist or atheist, harmony in different languages, religion and science. Yes, we can all coexist and express love, cause it's the answer. It's the only way to go. It's the only thing that brings us. It's a beautiful thing that heals us. It's a wonderful thing that takes us higher, brings us closer. Don't deny it, just embrace it. Express it, express it, express it. One love, hey, let it flow across the globe. Hey, one love, hey, let it flow across the globe. Hey, one love. Now when we do get back outside to celebrate freedom, remember to be grateful. Remember those stuck in hospital beds still praying for a miracle. Remember to appreciate nature and remember to thank God for oxygen. Now when we do go back to school, remember there are kids in other parts of the world who haven't seen a classroom in years due to war or poverty. Now when we do get back to normal, take it easy. Life is not a race. The most important thing is not money. The most important thing is the memories that we create while living. So cherish them. Be compassionate. Treat others with respect. Help someone in need if you can. Now when we do get back to normal, remember to salute a healthcare worker, cause they are the unsung heroes. Thank you. I'm gonna be a better me and celebrate life. And love is what I'm gonna use to elevate. I promise I'ma shed away the negative weight. World peace, that's all I wanna propagate. Everything I took for granted, I'ma try to embrace. I wanna shoot our generation into better days. It shouldn't matter if you look like me or talk like me. We on the same track, it's a human race. I'm gonna be a better me and celebrate life. And love is what I'm gonna use to elevate. I promise I'ma shed away the negative weight. World peace, that's all I wanna propagate. Everything I took for granted, I'ma try to embrace. I wanna shoot our generation into better days. It shouldn't matter if you look like me or talk like me. We on the same track, it's a human race. It's the only way to go. It's the only thing that brings us. It's a beautiful thing that heals us. It's a wonderful thing that takes us higher, brings us closer. Don't deny it, just embrace it. Express it. Express it. One love. Let it flow across the globe. One love. Let it flow across the globe. One love.
This is a vital update about coronavirus.
To help save lives, stay at home. Anyone can spread coronavirus. You should now only go out when absolutely necessary for food, medicine, work, or exercise. Always try to stay 2 meters apart. Do not meet others outside your household, even friends and family.
Stay home. Protect the NHS. Save lives.
If you're having credit problems, I feel bad for you, son. 1,000 problems, but a car rank 1. Wheels for sure, got me back in the car. Leasing with my credit, I was like, man, forget it. Who would've thought I'd be accepted and more? But now I got the keys, I feel so pleased. All types of cars, Fiats, Minis, Renaults. You know, boom, boom, let's go. Wheels for sure, car leasing for every credit score.
Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Salone Talk on Diaspora Voices. Kushe Kabo Fambuldem, and welcome to Salone Talk on Diaspora Voices. Usai every year watch we, whether you're watching us from China, from the United States, from the East Coast, the West Coast, the North, the South, in Sierra Leone, or in the UK. My name is The Moses, aka DJ Little, and I'm your host for Salone Talk on Diaspora Voices. I am your host on Salone Talk for Diaspora Voices, and today is the 20th of April 2016. So I want to say greetings and salutations to you all, my lovely people, my family, and I'm glad you've been patient with us. We have not started at our usual time of 8:30, but we have started at 9, and we've been entertaining you because, you know, once I get started, there's very little time for break. And I hope that you guys have been entertained by my lovely producer, DJ Mixmaster K, with all the right choice of music. And it's been fantastic. I was on the other side and I was watching it. So should in case you're wondering, a lot of people, I look like a certain legendary MC, former DJ MC Cristo. That's how he wears his hat. So I'm trying to pay tribute to Cristo. You must all know me that I don't wear hats. So there's a significant reason. If you've just been watching the program, and I know we had a massive numbers and then everybody's just disappeared to go wash their hands before we start the program. And I want to say welcome to you. And as usual, I will do the honorable thing by asking you, since you've just joined me, do the honorable thing by engaging and sharing this wonderful program, which is Salone Talk again on Diaspora Voices. So it's been a brilliant weekend. I don't know what was your weekend like, so I need to ask you, what was your weekend like? Did you actually do anything exciting in your home? Did you do anything humanitarian like the SALONE UKNI COVID-19 rapid response team? Did you go out there? Were you part of another organization or another team of people, another groups of people that went out there and in your own area, in your own territory, to put smiles on other people's faces? Did you do anything such as engaging on welfare support? Did you do any prescription pickups? Did you make the standard routine phone call and check on somebody, say, oh, it's the weekend, and I know by this time you're excited and you're looking forward to going to the lunch on sale, but you're not going to go to the lunch on sale? Did you do any of those sorts of things? Or did you call somebody? Did you call your loved ones? Did you call your parents? Did you call your mom, your dad, your auntie, your grandma, your uncle? What did you do? It was a beautiful weekend. It was a wonderful Saturday, which means because you and I are actually taking the advice of the government, because you and I are actually following the strict instructions of the lockdown, i.e. only go out when it's essential and only go to work if you are a key worker and you cannot work from home, only observing the strict social distancing, and which is when you do go out, you observe the 2 meters space. 2 meters. You don't know what 2 meters is. If you stand next to somebody like myself, who's not a very tall man, and then you get the other person to stretch their hands about my height, that's about 2 meters space. So if you, or as the government said, if you use a supermarket trolley, you can put at least 3 trolley space between you and the next person. So that's what you should be thinking about, observing the strict social distancing policy. And then also, more importantly as well, constantly and regularly washing your hands for 20 seconds or more. When you do go out, when you are at home, when you're in and around the workplace, wherever you are, regular decontamination of your hands. If you have access to alcohol-based hand rub, you can use that to sanitize your hands, or alternatively, you can wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds and more. Refrain from wearing gloves in public. Gloves do not help you, because you wearing a glove or having a gloved hand all day means you are accumulating so much bacteria, so much germ, so much of the virus in your hands or on your hands, on the gloves. You're picking up stuff and you're transmitting it, you're passing it on to other surfaces or products or whatever you're going around. So if you've got a glove on from the morning, you put on your glove, you go to the supermarket, you hold on to the basket, or you push the trolley. Once you push the trolley, that glove down, you went, you pick up the tin of baked beans, you looked at it, you said, okay, I don't want these baked beans, it's too expensive. You put it down, and then you went, you pick up your bottle of fresh milk, you looked at it, you examine it, you said, let me look at the expiry date. This is going to be expiring on the 23rd. It's too close to the time so I want something longer. You leave it there. You went to the fresh bread in the supermarket. You pick up the fresh bread on the bakery. Use the scalpel to pick up the bread, put it in the packet, and then pick 2 bread up. You say, I don't want it. You use your gloved hand to return so you're passing it on. You're passing the bug. You're passing the virus on to other surfaces, to other items. So you are actually not helping. You are contributing towards spreading the germs. So the advice is, before you actually do that, don't wear gloves. Stay in the supermarket. Try to be knowing exactly where you are, not just the supermarket. If you're out in your local stores, for example, the mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, was trying to encourage people to shop local. If you go to your local shop, this is where most people develop a lot of bad habits. Many of us, when we go to our local shops, we are very picky. You take one item, you put it down, you take another item, you pick a bar of sneakers, you said, I don't want it, I want a Mars. You put up the Mars, and then you put it down, you say, I want a Bounty. You said, I don't want the Bounty, I want a Lion Bar. You went, you said, I want the chewing gum, I don't want the chewing gum. You pick things up and you drop it subconsciously. This virus will thrive on you making those silly moves, those tiny mistakes that you will be making. The virus would love it because you are passing it on. By passing it on, you are increasing the chance of other people catching the virus and making them ill. But because you and I have been so compliant, we are taking the advice of the government. And one more thing which I needed to say is, you're going out and having that one exercise a day. Now, when the government say only go out to do one exercise a day, it does not mean that you need to go out. You do not need to go out. There are so many ways for you to perform your one exercise a day in your home, in your house, at your front garden, at your back garden, in and around the space. Utilize the space. Be like Captain Moore. He's raised £26 million and more. He's got his residential care home. He's walked up and down his residential care home. Many of us has got little space in our living room because we've crowded it with so many excited, decorated fashionistas, especially if you're from the Afro-Caribbean home. You still have that the cupboard. My producer, those fancy cupboard with all your awards, your trophies and everything, those cabinets. That's the word I was looking for. You have all those 1979 Afro-Caribbean style cabinets that will take up to 4 foot space in your home. That cannot get rid of those cabinets. You don't need them. Find somewhere and put them in the garage. Take away everything. Utilize those space. Go onto YouTube video. Watch DJ Ish workout, the community lockdown workout. Watch his video. He's done everything. He's simplified it for you. Watch Devamb Connor's video. They've simplified everything for you to utilize and work on and do that exercise. So you don't necessarily have to go to the park to go and run or to go and do that exercise. But if you have to go for group walk as a family, you can do those family walks in and around, and then you do it sensible. You do those things so you can help to reduce the virus, the risk of the virus spreading from one person to another person. As they said, 1 in 10. But now we're seeing a massive reduction because you and I are taking the significant advice of the government. And I want to say thank you to that, because by you doing that, you're saving my life as a frontline worker, somebody that works within the NHS. You're saving my life. And because you're saving my life, I want to say thank you to you, because you're being sensible in your approach, So that's what we need to do. And we're now 4th week into our lockdown. The government has decided to extend the lockdown to an additional 3 weeks. So we're starting the new third week, which is the first week of the second tier of the lockdown. And a lot of people are going to be frustrated. There are so many things happening which we can talk about within the weeks coming by on Diaspora Voices. Where now the government recognize all of that. They're looking at the exit strategy. How can they bring back and let us go back into the life of normality, so to speak? We are never going to get normality anymore anyway, but how can they return us into a phased return? We call it in the professional work, if you've been off sick for a very long time, either due to accidents or other related illnesses, you come back to work, you will see your manager will put you through a phased return. Instead of coming back to your full 12-hour shift or your full 8-hour shift or your 9.5-hour shift, they will bring you 2 hours, 4 hours as the weeks go on until you get back to what was your standard normal shift. That's what the government is trying to do. So what we're saying, we're asking you to just focus on the message of the government. Stop being irritant and stop being impatient and allow the government to steadily put this through. What most of us are doing, we are so highly motivated and highly engaged in what is being transcribed through social media, through the television. Because of what is being transcribed through the television, we are too believing in what the media are saying. And they're telling you most of it is fabrications. Most of it is fabrications. I'm not here to advocate for the government. I'm just saying to you, if you want to know more, you have time. Read the official resources and get your updates from the government. Again, when you look at the park, you look at the parks around Burgess Park, you look at the nearest park, Camberwell Green. When the sun is out, too many people are out in the park doing their own thing. Families, non-families, friends coming together, pretending they're going to be, they're going to go for exercise, for their one form of exercise a day. They are not. They're using it to go out for social opportunity or social gathering. You are risking spreading the virus to many people, including yourself. If you did not have it, you are probably going to catch it by being out there. So you have to be aware of that. Okay, so that's what is said, and I want to move on now. But before I do that, I want to just acknowledge many of you guys have been sending your messages. So now you've seen the wonderful haircut that I was telling you guys about. I'm sure you're all keen to know how come you managed to get your hair cut. Did you have your barber come to your house? Did you secretly go to your barber? Did they lift the shutter up and they sneaked you in and then you had your hair cut? Well, many people would know I use two barbers in the UK. I use two barbers in the UK. One barber is my Sierra Leonean brother, my big brother, which is Hair Tech Salon in John Ruskin Street, and my main barber there is Mustafa, and he's my barber there. Even though the owner of the barber shop is also my older brother Ahmed Floxi Bangura, and I use that very frequently. Also, I support outside of the Sierra Leonean community, where I support my Nigerian community because of my affiliation to my Nigerian family connection, which I've got strong connection of, by the way, by blood and by birth and by relationship as well. So don't even go there. That's a wholly new topic. Anyway, so as I said to you, I do get my haircut as well from a second barber who's Daniel, and from Sensational Barbers in East Street. So none of these people cut my hair. None of them did. So my producer, I want you to look for me for Zainab Sharif, the song Mamina Power. It's there. It's on the library there. So this haircut was delivered by the Mamina Power. That's how it's going to be, because that's how I say it. A lot of people will be asking, Udana the Mamina Power. So, well, if I said the Mamina Power, I don't need to do a revelation, is it? I don't need to start saying the Mamina Power, not this person. But if you've seen and followed my status, just let the song be playing at the background, and then we'll come in, because we're not going to play the song all of it. And then when it gets to the chorus, you let me know, and then you would know what I mean if you've been following my status. The haircut was delivered on Saturday, and it was shockingly amazing. I was impressed with the haircut, you know. So it was like a challenge. It came about a few weeks ago where I said, would you cut my hair? To the Mamina Power, and she goes, yeah. Actually, no. I was trying to get my hair Thank you. Welcome back. Thank you to my amazing producer for a wonderful, well-timed, well-delivered song and video. If we can also, and the Mamina Power. Let's move on to the topic. The main topic for tonight is community cohesion. So the question I was asking you guys, what is community cohesion? What does community cohesion means to you as a person and as somebody who may be a key stakeholder in the community? What does community cohesion means to you? I'm just going to give you a definition of what community cohesion meant to some professionals out there. This is not my definition, but it's a definition which, when I read all the definition doing the research for today's program, I absolutely loved it. Oh, my brother Dianto says paying love. DJ Ish says transfer the money into the account. You guys are so naughty. I love Dianto. Ish, you like too much money. You like too much money. Dianto, I would. This is why, Dianto, you're my brother. You're my Kaibara chairman. Anyway, so community cohesion, the description which amongst the research which I did and that I really embraced, conflict. I will read that statement again. Community cohesion describes the ability of all communities to function and grow in harmony together rather than in conflicts. That's a very powerful statement. It went on to further to say, it aims to build communities where people feel confident that they belong and are comfortable mixing and interacting with others, particularly with people from different ethnic backgrounds or people of different faith. Building cohesion within and between communities is an essential step towards improving people's quality of life. Viewed from outside, a cohesive community is one which people will want to live and invest. I absolutely love it. I don't understand if anybody can actually see why I'm excited. I want you guys to actually, I'm actually going to put the number out there now, because I want somebody. I've just seen the comment from Nimata Kamara. Nimata Kamara says, community cohesion, people belonging and sharing peace and harmony. Fantastic. And what the number is there is 07946141369. That's the number if you want to call. I've put the number up and please feel free. And this time I will read it normal without the breaks. I want you guys to understand, because I want us to build up the main topic of tonight based on this statement. But I don't want to do it, like I said, what I do on Salone Talk, which is mainly focusing on the UK and Ireland Sierra Leonean based story, is I want to focus on this definition and elaborate and expand on this topic based on the definition which I'm about to give you guys again, because I have to share the fantastic story of the Sierra Leonean community, which I've grown to love over the years in the last 25 years of living in the UK. So, what is community cohesion? Community cohesion describes the ability of all communities to function and grow in harmony together rather than in conflict. To function and grow in harmony together rather than in conflict. It aims to build communities where people feel confident that they belong and are comfortable mixing and interacting with others, particularly with people of different ethnic backgrounds or people of different faith. Building cohesion within and between communities is an essential step towards improving people's quality of life. Viewed from outside, a cohesive community is one in which people will want to live and invest. It went on and elaborated a little bit more. But I don't want for, hello Laura Macaulay, I don't want to spend too much time going through more of what he said. Just that one paragraph is enough to expand on tonight's conversation. Now, I am going to give you, based on that, I believe community cohesion, based on what in this description will say, I cannot add or remove anything. I'm just going to touch on it. It says it describes the ability for all communities to function and to grow in harmony together rather than in conflict. Now, the Sierra Leone community, which in the UK and Ireland, which we live in, how do we function and grow in harmony together rather than in conflict? How do we do that? In many ways. But by the way, I still want you guys to share your own definition of community cohesion. Please feel free to share your definition of community cohesion, or even go one step further. Call the program 07946 141 369. Call the program. The phone lines are open. The producer is ready to take the phone call, or we've got a direct Bluetooth. So if you've got the other number, which is my direct number, 07946 07903 233 737, you can call that number. That's my own number. You can also call that number 07903 233 737. You can call that number and give me your definition of community cohesion. So, if we as a community are able to function, how do we function together? By looking and working in different various aspects. As individuals, first of all, personally, I should be able to live with any member of the Sierra Leonean community or outside of the community in the residence in which I live in. So, for example, first, I'll take it locally. I want to be able to live amicably with my neighbors. That's a community cohesion. I want to be able to walk past my neighbors without them being fear of intimidation of me, or vice versa, me being fear of intimidation from them. I should be able to live in harmony with them. I may not necessarily go to their home, or they can't come to my home, but we should be able to live in harmony, in cohesive harmony, collectiveness, recognizing that that's my neighbor, I'm his neighbor, she's my neighbor. You understand? And so on and so forth. She knows these are my children. I know those are their children. We're able to harmonize together. We're able to go into the lift and share the lift together without fear of threats or argument or fight or scuffles or you go in, I'm not going to go in. If it's done in hate. If you say you go in, I'm not going to go in. If it's done in peace, just to share, let you have the space, then that's fine. So, it's me coming from my neighbor, taking it from my neighbor and going into my place of work. I should be able to work and with my colleagues whom I work with within the place of work where we work, and we're able to live amicably, sharing things together and our work, sharing knowledge, supporting each other in terms of work, be able to work that the workload is not going to be too heavy on one another by providing resources, not starving and depriving my colleagues of the right gowns, aprons, gloves, and so on and so forth that is required for my colleagues to do the work, not holding it back, allowing them to work and function properly and effectively. That's community cohesion, because we're working within the same community. It's me taking, so you see what I'm doing, I'm building it up, leaving my home, going into to place of work, being in public, having that responsibility as a public servant in my community which I live in, as to when I'm out on the park, if I'm walking on the road, going to take the bus, I don't walk around and spit on the road like a nuisance as if I've been heavily pregnant. And by the way, I'm not trying to have a go at pregnant people, that they're the ones that spit on the road. Behaving in a respectable manner, that once I'm out there, if I am being challenged by by a member of the public or a neighbor to say, do you mind keeping your voice down on the other side of the road? Do you mind keeping your voice down? I shouldn't have the fear factor and start throwing tantrums and saying, are you racist? You are being racist to me by telling me to keep them. So that's not community cohesion. You should be able to understand that in that community cohesion, you understand, if somebody, irrespective of their race or their color or their creed, challenges me because they feel that I'm being extra loud, my decorum has become untenable with that of my neighbors, they should be able to come and say, do you mind keeping your voice down? Please, if you keep your voice down, you understand, I am trying to get to sleep. Be rational about things. Don't go out there and throw the red flag and say, I am going to tell you, my neighbor, you are a racist. You're not supposed to be doing that at all, because that's not living in community cohesion, not being cohesive. It's about identifying that, understanding that there is a risk there, that if somebody has said you are behaving or not behaving appropriately, you recognize and take step back and evaluate and say, okay, maybe I have done something which is not right at the time. I'm sorry, I'm going to move on. That's being able to allow each other to live cohesively in a very, very calm and respectable way. So it's about me walking around the park, or not being a nuisance, or people taking their dogs to the park and allowing them to foul where children are supposed to play, or where people are supposed to be walking around, and not using the dog designed locations or areas that where the dogs should go and do all their fouling. And as a responsible dog owner, you know and understand the risk and clearing the mess as soon as possible. So it's, I'm showing you the pathway, and then we come towards individual communities, i.e. my community. So I've given you the expansive community cohesion. I'm going to give you now my community, bringing it down into the nucleus of the community in which I belong in. So if I come into the nucleus of the community in which I belong in, I then say, in this community which I belong in, I'm of a Madingo Fuobe connection. My father is Madingo, my mother is Fuobe, and but equally as I'm Madingo and Fuobe, I should be able to live with any other person irrespective of their tribe. even if the person na Mende, na Timini, na Creole, Loco, Limba, so and so on and so forth. You understand? I should not be asking them, hey, by the way, Sanfa, whose tribe will you be? You na Limba? And then I should have no interest in what Sanfa's tribe is. You understand? I should be able to identify him, even if he's of a Limba or local tribe. I should be able to identify him as a person and be able to work and collaborate with him irrespective of his tribe, which is based in. I should be able to look at Sylvia and say, Sylvia, oh, you're not Christian, but me not Muslim. I can't be friends with you because you're a Christian person, I'm a Muslim person. We cannot be friends because you're of a Christian faith, I'm of a Muslim faith. We cannot be. That's not community cohesiveness. It's not community cohesiveness at all. We should be able to look at the person that is Sylvia and say, oh, Sylvia, again, nice personality. She's genuinely, oh my goodness, she is such a lovely person. Regardless of what faith she belongs in, we should be able to come together. And then let's go down further, deep down into the deeper nucleus of it. Just because I belong to an organization or team of people which says we are Sierra Leone Community UKI COVID-19 Rapid Response Team, does not mean that if you have an interest, you are a healthcare worker, because in that Sierra Leone Community UK and Ireland COVID-19 Rapid Response Team is made up of Aissata Sise Jallo, Moses DJ Little, Sylvester Duba, T-Boy, Harriet Matia, what do you call it? Bachelin, Hannah, Tijansi, and so Nima, so many other people it's made up of. You don't have to say, you understand? Ishmael is going to beat me up, so I'm calling him DJ Ish. Yeah. So you don't have to say you're not going to be part of that, or you're not going to bring your expertise into that particular team of people, because I am refraining from using the word organization, because it is not an organization. It is a team of people that has come together to react into the need that the community which we all belong in, which is the wider community, which is the Sierra Leone community in UK and Ireland, which we all belong in as Sierra Leoneans, can step forward and support and be supportive. So if you are interest based, i.e. you are a healthcare worker, or you are a key worker, whether in education, in transport, in health, mental health, whatever support, or you are somebody who is motivated, highly motivated, and can carry a level of confidentiality that is unseen in this community before, valued confidentiality and trusted confidentiality that is unseen in this community before, then you are the like-mindedness to be with the Sierra Leone community UK and I COVID-19 Rapid Response Team. Why do you have to wait to be called on? Nobody is going to call on you. Nobody called on anybody to be part of. There was a call to action, open call to action on social media, on all the access, i.e. WhatsApps and you name it, Facebook and all the other ways to promote. And there was a call to action for Sierra Leoneans who are like-minded to come together and be part of a community, that will come in and step forward and rise to the challenge of our Sierra Leonean people living in the UK and Ireland that requires our support at this time of most need. So nobody, no individual person on the Sierra Leone community COVID-19 Rapid Response Team will call on any particular member or any particular Sierra Leonean person to say, please come and be part of. Nobody has that responsibility. It will not be any member of the, again, as I say, Sierra Leone community, UK and Ireland COVID-19 Rapid Response Team to deliver that, because it is not in the remit. If you believe, you stand yourself tall and be counted, and say, I am a key worker, I feel I need to be part of, I want to be a volunteer to this team. What can I do? How can I represent? There are so many ways that you can represent and be part of. That's what makes it a community. So a community, when you break it down, a lot of you guys don't fully understand this. When you break the word community down, very slowly, listen to this for the first time. Many of you may not have had this before, and you're going to hear this for the first time from the Moses. Community means come united. You come united. When you come and united together, you put community together. So that's what it is. So if you've never had this one before, this is what community is all about. So you come united, we create community. That's what community is all about. So that means nobody calls. It never says call united. It's called call unity, not call unity. This is not a call unity. Oh. This is community. You come, you stand tall. You says, I'm here. I've stand at ease. I'm alert. I'm ready. That's what, because people like us understood that particular word from such a young age, living in this country and learning from those who taught us well from the onset of education years of residing in the UK. We knew what it means to be called as a community. I came from, as I said, the Madingo and the Fobe, but in the UK, I grew up within the Fobe community, the Fobe Fulaton community, and my uncle, who imparted the knowledge of socialism together to be a social community and embracing community diversity and community tolerance. He taught me not only a DJ, but also how to be representative within your community, because he was one of the most active Sierra Leoneans in the community in the UK and Ireland before he chose the religious path that he is within now, which some of us aspire to be someday. So why not just I try to pass and share that information? So once the community calls upon me, I will always feel it's my responsibility. I don't wait for people to call me. Hear the words I said. Once the community call upon me, so the community means there may be reasons for me to be there. Significant reason. If it's to do with the Ebola, if it's to do with the mudslide, if it's to do with socialism, if it's to do with independence, if it's to do with affiliating sports and Sierra Leone and fundraising, you will see me be counted and be stand tall, not waiting to be called upon, but using the community spirits to say, I am coming united and I want to be at the front of it. That has gone on further to upset many. But I don't look at others. I look at what I want to deliver for my community. And as I said, I live and I've worked, and the most part of my life I've resided in the UK and Ireland. And as a result of that, I enjoy being giving back to a community that has taught me so much. Be it good, bad, or ugly, I feel I will always be there. So, my talk to you, my brothers and my sisters, if you belong to or affiliate yourself into an organization or an association or an alumni, or wherever you find yourself, you want to ask yourself this question, my brothers and my sisters. Do I need to be called upon, or am I going to be coming united? I'm going to be coming united. And last week, we delivered a call to action. On that call to action, I'll get my DJ to play music, because I think let's take a quick break. And if we take a quick break, and then when we come back, we will discuss last week, and then we will move on to the last segment of the show, which will be the last 15 minutes of the show. Let's take a quick break, people, and then we'll come back. Please don't go anywhere. I will just go on and touch about last week's program. Thank you very much. So let's move on. As I said, last week on Monday, here on this program, live on air, and we raised, I had a call to action where I actually, to use the right words, I challenged the community. I was looking for the document. I challenged my Sierra Leonean community to see whether, if I put a call to action from the Sierra Leone community, will they come on board, okay, and actually respond to that call to action. And before we left the program, my producer, you can testify to that, we made £600, right?
Yep.
We made £600 cash live on air. Okay? And we still wait for an outstanding £100 from the United Artists, UK and Ireland. I will say it, I'm sorry people. You understand? That money has yet to come because I have to be accounted for all the names that I took here. So the money from the United Artists is probably yet to come in. So, but it's coming. I know it's coming. A pledge of £100. Now, we raised £600 cash live on air. That was amazing. But everybody that called on the program, those who gave £20, £15, £100, £200, all the organizations and the business people, the business personalities, they were amazing in their contribution. And I knew when I put that program, when I pitched that idea to Aissata Sisejalo, and I said to Aissata, we are going to make money. Realistically, I was hoping if we got £300, it would be an achievement. But we surpassed £300 and doubled the money to £600. But that's not the exciting part. When I said when I made a call to action, my Sierra Leonean community will respond, you showed me how strength in community cohesiveness is. You came forward in your numbers. Organizations, personalities within the community, teams of people started to contact not only myself, started to reaching out to other members of the SLUK COVID-19 Rapid Response Team. You started to reach out and calling Aissata, calling T-Boy, calling all these other people and saying to them, I am coming, but I'm not coming alone. I'm coming with my organization. We have a little bit of contribution to make. We are coming. We have something to give. And as of today, as I speak to you, as an individual person, just through my account, inclusive of the £600 which we made live on air, nearly £1,000 has been transacted through my account, through you as a community reaching out and donating towards the Sierra Leone community, UK, COVID and Ireland, COVID-19 Rapid Response Team. And I want to salute you for that, because my call to action showed that you people have got it in you. You've got the strength, you've got the depth, you've got the love and affection to make a significant difference in the community which you belong in, to support in others. And as we speak to this time, to this date, to this minute, to this hour, the phone calls are still coming of people wanting to generously donate towards the incredible cause. Because why do you need to donate? Because I want you to donate because you, like me, are a fantastic bunch of people where within the Sierra Leone community, UK and I, the COVID-19 Rapid Response Team, we are doing this for a long haul. There was an audio that went out today that went on social media and it's gone viral. I received it on WhatsApp where there was a lady speaking and, you know, all the members of the community, and I hate to pigeonhole, like I said, I've just spoken about 20 minutes ago about not marginalizing or pigeonholing somebody to say you are of the Creole community or the Loko or the Timini or the Madingo or so on. But the matured lady that spoke on that voice note deliberately, she spoke so eloquently that those people, those organizations, such as alumni organizations, regional organizations, those of you that are of doing lunch on sale cabarets and all of that stuff, you are yet to be stand up and can be counted. We know you are there. We know you have a community spirit. We know you have the giving spirit. Why not? This is your opportunity to give back, because as it's been said already, you have been taken from this community, the UK and Ireland community, for such a long time. In many years gone by, you've been taking £75, you've been taking £100, you've been taking £50. This is your opportunity to give back to the very people that have contributed. Many of those school organizations, those school dinner and dance, those school lunch on sales, those school fundraising, those school social evenings, many of the attendees are people that are 50 years and above. Today, those people that are 50 years and above, a lot of them with underlying health related issues, 65 years and above, the government has written to them, stay at home. Stay at home because we want to protect you. By you staying at home, you are going to be protected and you are going to be safe in your home. Many of these people are unable to go out and do their own shopping. Many of these people are unable to go out and collect their own prescriptions. Many of these people are unable to go out because they've got underlying health related issues. Many of these people have not had a decent meal in the last 3 weeks. However, with the Sierra Leone community, UK and Ireland COVID-19 rapid response team, we are able to provide that service or those services towards those people. But not only the elderly, we're also looking at those who are single parents, those who are having children who are of disabilities. You understand? Those who are where their children requires special need education. So we are providing those services. We are providing, to date, we are seeing there are so many Sierra Leoneans. The picture says it all. Many of you, again, may have had the voice note, the WhatsApp audio that went viral of the doctor who was talking about 75 Sierra Leoneans whom were identified with no possible identification, whether they are actual UK residents or they have stayed here illegally. Now, to what I say to you, my community, I am not here to dissect or to vet the audio, but if you listen back, the doctor does not say all 75 people were Sierra Leoneans. There are African Caribbean people, some of whom were Sierra Leoneans, and those people that are of Sierra Leoneans were not identified as UK residents. So we are there. We have equally Sierra Leoneans who are caught up in hospitals. Tragically, sadly, some has passed away. And our thoughts and our prayers reach out to them and their family at this very difficult time. We as Sierra Leone community, COVID-19, Sierra Leone community, UK and Ireland, COVID-19 rapid response team, we are there to provide pastoral support for not only the bereaved and the grieving, we're also providing support for those who have survived. Because one thing that the media is not telling us, we are having survival stories. People are surviving coronavirus. They are coming back out from the coronavirus, coming back out of incubation, coming back out of ICU, intensive care unit, coming back out of being ill, seriously ill, close to death for 4 weeks. They come back out and they return home well. We are providing support As a SALONE community, UK and Ireland COVID-19 rapid response team, we are providing support to those families. We are providing welfare checks. We pick up the phones, members of our team who are trained, skill trained, to hold that conversation with people that requires such support at such time. We are holding that conversation. Hello, my name is Abdul Wahab Sise, or DJ Little, or the Moses. I am from the SALONE community, UK and Ireland COVID-19 rapid response team, and I have been passed on your contact number by a family friend who says I should call you and say, how are you today? How have you been for the last 4 days? Are you okay? Have you had anything hot? Have you had any hot meal to eat in the last week or so? Would you like some hot meal? How can we help you? Are you on medication? Would you like us to pick up your medication? Would you like support with shopping? Have you got any funds? Would you like grocery shopping? Would you like us to buy you some fresh food? You know, those are the supports that we're providing. We're communicating with people out there. And then we have educational support for younger children who are at home. We've got qualified teachers in education, in senior education, heads of years in their fields, heads of departments in their educational departments. Yes, SALONE people, SALONE people, then they will learn at the highest level. And these people are providing educational materials to children at home. We are cascading those information to those families that are requiring it, where there are 2 or 3 children that may require educational support. We are feeding those educational materials to those homes, to those families, with a very, very high level of decorum, of privacy, of respect, of confidentiality of the individual members that are benefiting to what we're doing. We're picking up prescriptions. We're supporting in terms of ordering prescription drugs for those people. We are there, but we need the wheels to turn. Before we went out and brought this to the community, we absolutely did this privately behind the scene. But we felt it is not by our own will. It's not just our own thing. It's a community. Let's reach out and ask our brothers and sisters. Let them know about what we're doing. Ask them to come on board. See if they can support us financially or through other resources. And yet, you have answered to some of those calls. You are doing a fantastic job, and we appreciate you for that. But this is a long haul. The wheels are going to be coming, and they're going to be spinning, and they're going to be turning for such a long time. We equally need you to be on board. We are now moving into the Ramadan season. During the Easter season, we supported so many families, whilst the lockdown just got started. We're now moving into the Ramadan season. We're expecting to be feeding a large number of programs. The feeding program, yes, accumulates to 40% of what we do. The remaining 60% is broken down into other tiers. But we do need you as a community to be on board. We need you as a community to get engaged. Your £1, your £2, your £5, your £100, your £50, and so on and so forth are valued. You can make those donations. You can come in, and if you are a restaurant, you can come together as restaurants and say, we will cater for 1 weekend. We can provide X amount of dishes of food for 50 people, for 100 people. We can feed within the community because we know you have it in you. If we don't get the support, we will still carry on, because within the individual members, we are committed that we will absolutely continue to deliver this program for as long as this lockdown continues. And who knows, beyond the lockdown, we are going to extend this, my people. We are going to extend this. So, along with the partners of the SALONE community, everybody that is involved, the Health Show Partnership Program, Diaspora Voices, Sierra Gem Media, Harriet Matia Catering, Females in Sierra Leone, and so many of the other individual people that have come together initially to put this together. This is not an organization. This is a team of Sierra Leoneans, professionals in all sectors. We need you if you're in the banking system, if you're in finance, if you're in the mechanic, the electrician industry. We are calling on you. You may be able to assist in people. We have frontline workers who owns their vehicle. They are not able to commute, to drive. If you're within the driving industry, you're an Uber driver, a Sierra Leonean Uber driver, you want to be able to provide your service by picking up, let me say, you will volunteer within the week to say, I will pick 10 Sierra Leonean staff from King's College Hospital, from St. Thomas's Hospital, from Lewisham Hospital, from Queen Mary's Hospital, from across London. I will pick them up from their home and drop them off to work for 1 week. You don't have to do it continuously. I will pick them up from home and drop them off to work. You are part of the team. You are providing vital resources. You are saving them. Say, hey, Sarah, I don't want you to drive. This week, I am part of the Sierra Leone community COVID-19 rapid response team. I've been given your number by T-Boy of Sierra Gem Media. He's asked me to pick you up from work for 1 week. I will do that. What time do you start work? 7:30. Okay, I will be there at 7:15 to pick you up. What time do you finish work? 7:30 at night. I will be there at 7:15 in the evening to pick you up. You'll be there. I will wait for you until you come out of your house. I will wait for you until you come out from work. If you can deliver that, you are part of the Sierra Leone community COVID-19 rapid response team. Do you see what I'm saying? We don't necessarily need your money. So you may be a cab driver, you may be a Uber driver, you may be somebody that runs a transport, you may be that person that says, you know what, I know you're having your child's birthday party is coming, and I know nobody's allowed in your house, but you're a family of 5. If you can provide me with a safe space in your house, I will decontaminate, I will wash my hands. As long as nobody else comes to your house, I will be DJ Razak. I will come to your house and I will DJ for you for 4 hours in your house. I will wash my hands, I will come there, I will entertain you and your children and your family. I will DJ. You are part of the Sierra Leone community COVID-19 rapid response team. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my people, my Sierra Leonean people? There are so many ways that you can be part of the Sierra Leone community COVID-19 response team by giving your skills. You do not have to be saying, I'm waiting to provide cash. You don't have to wait. You have skills. If you are a caterer, you are a caterer. Why not? If you're somebody that's in the fashion industry and you've been doing fashion and design, and at this time people require face masks, why don't you say, my name is I'm going to use Izelia, for example, because I know I can use, I am Isatu Izelia. I am a fashion designer. I'm going to design 200 face masks, which I'm going to donate to the Sierra Leone community COVID-19 rapid response team. These are 200 face masks that will go towards any member of the Sierra Leonean community who will require it. They are cotton-made, foamed, washable face masks, only to be used for shopping. They're not for clinical use. Yes, when you're going out shopping and understandable socializing, i.e. not going out to party or whatever. You go out for your one exercise a day and then you come out, you protect your face, or you understand, that sort of thing. You donate that. You are part of the COVID-19 rapid response team. You are contributing. If you work within the banking industry, these are the time where people are struggling to manage their finance. Why don't you pick up the phone and say, Aisata, Sise, DJ Little, the Moses, please give me 10 names of Sierra Leoneans that I can reach out to and give crucial financial advice to. How are you coping with your debts? How are you managing your income? How much money have you got left in your kitty? Provide crucial financial advice. You are part of the Sierra Leone community COVID-19 rapid response team. That's all I've got to say. We all have our parts to play. I could go on forever, but I'm not going to go on forever. This is the time for me to say thank you very much to all my brothers and sisters that have joined me. And I want to say it's been an excellent show. Thank you very much. I don't need to spell it out anymore. Continue to use your resources. Continue to use your skills. Continue to use the vital knowledge which you have and give back to a community that has given back to you for so long. There are people out there that desperately requires my support, that your support. Why don't you give back to them? Because I know you're capable and I trust in you, and because I know together you and I are part of the Sierra Leone community. So hence the reason why we will continue to make a significant difference. I will leave you guys by saying I want to thank my producer. I want to say to the rest of the community, I want to say thank you very much. I will leave you again with the description. And I want to say to the Mamina Power, once again, thank you for a fantastic haircut. Thank you for a fantastic haircut. And it was absolutely trusting. If I didn't trust you, I wouldn't sit down on that chair and let you cut my hair. It's because I trusted you and I valued you. That's why I allowed you to cut my hair. So thank you. To the community, I will leave this definition with us. Let's listen to this definition closely, keenly, evaluate it, process it, and let's always remember good will always triumph evil. What is community cohesion? Community cohesion describes the ability of all communities to function and grow in harmony together rather than in conflict. It aims to build communities where people feel confident that they belong and are comfortable mixing and interacting with others, okay, particularly with people from different ethnic backgrounds or people of different faith. Building cohesion within and between communities is an essential step towards improving people's quality of life. Viewed from outside, a cohesive community is one in which people will want to live and invest. If we live together in harmony and as a community, people from outside will always want to become part of the Sierra Leonean community. So to you, my Sierra Leonean brothers and sisters, I said, let's live together in harmony. Let's live together as a community. And people from the outside will want to always be part of the Sierra Leonean community, as it's always been. Good night. God bless you. I am the Moses. Till next week, stay blessed, stay safe. Please follow the guidelines and advice of the country of residence where you live in and the public health advice which is provided to you, i.e. stay home, protect healthcare service and save lives. If you're living in the UK, it's stay home, protect the NHS and save lives. God bless you. Good night. Land that we love, our mother Sierra Leone. Peace.
Hadidi Bantan, representing for the hot girl them. I level studio, Ocean Pond the beats, yeah. My Jones and fame and the fever. Baby, no long time, show me and do me a favor. Me do make a bunting, I chill a man size so no me flavor. Now say me umpoa, me je this umpoa in the savior. Into boom, una me share, una me share. Into da, una me share, una me share. Into boom, una me share, una me share. Into da, una me share, una me share. Oba nim so asheje Meze unku na mepe Oba udon tina Mepese yantina Yaluni makuma Medonti yanchimpena Oba nim so asheje She's so shiny Meze unku na mepe Really like you Odo ho jinjin Majo san fe magnifica Baby, no long time, show me and do me a favor. Me do make a bunting, I chill a man size so on the flavor. Now say me umpoa, me je this umpoa in the savior. Into boom, una me share, una me share. Into da, una me share, una me share. Into boom, una me share, una me share. Into da, una me share. everything, baby. I'll take you anywhere you want go. I'll treat you like a real queen, lady. Remember me glad me find you, ready enough to satisfy you, baby. Remember me glad me sign you, ready enough to come design you, daily. Oba who don't see that, me pese yantina. Yaluni makuma, me don't see yan chimpina. Oba nim so ashwe. She's so shiny, meza unkuna mepe. Really like you, odo hoje, majo sa fe mani fever. Baby, no long thing. Show me and do me a favor. Me do be kwa bunting. I chill a man side so no me flavor. Na se lumpua. Me jidi so nkwa ni me savior. Inti bu muna me share. Una me share. Inti da una me share. Una me share. Inti bu muna me share. Una me share. Inti da una me share. Una me share.
Music.
Let's do collabo. Succulent. Mananemi, baby, oh, mananemi. Mananemi, baby, oh, mananemi. Oh, Mr. Jacob, baby, mananemi, love me to my ear, what is that here? Baby, no worry, oh, money they are for fire. Baby, no worry, oh, money they are for fire. Oh, Mr. Jacob, baby, my life is here. Love me to my ear, what is that here? Baby, no worry, oh, money they are for fire. No worry, you money they are for fire. Yaga wole fino fino, tonya pa te collabo nya with fino. Higo ka mo eje de line no haba manyanya de na you want the sign no. Fama hile ko moto me, my magama die me no ti age. Benya di ba me ale call le belo me jinya ugale kuda drink omole. Wova for me ko be not so problem I like bele aba makolabo they solve them. Nyanga jaga na itempo block them. Do mama komilo na mo no be problem. Famia nyanya bwe makane oto legit vesele mu magale iko gasele my magama madila kele kuna podo BGS kata na collabo no wait na beat da yo baza configure data runi e mata ili occupy space baby una mata na it is up and can take am can e gwegbe at the Q50 fat Mr. Jacob baby my life is here let me do my ear what is that here baby no worry you money they are for fire. Baby, no worry, you. Money they are for fire. Oh, Mr. Jacob, baby, my life is here. Let me do my ear. What is that here? Baby, no worry, you. Money they are for fire. Baby, no worry, you. Money they are for fire. Follow me, baby, follow me. Make a scatter for you the money. Make you use of the material. Bologna, baby, don't want from the electronic. Then you sugar body, then they make a party, make us spend the copy. I go be you, bumper manager. They call me the big spender. Fresh from the bunker, spend for you flanker. Real fast star, body man, no the forcer. Are you not your own skin? Come make a body short money, make it clean. Make it clean with the clarity. Check your lifestyle and make you look like celebrity. Oh, Miss Pictures up, baby. My life is here. Let me do my ear. What is that here? Baby, no worry, you. Money they are for fire. Baby, no worry, you. Money they are for fire. Oh, Miss Pictures up, baby. My life is here. no worry, money they are for fire.